Hey, true believers, how we doing today? Matt Sardo, Monkeys Fighting Robots. This is gonna be interesting. We have a new publisher. I want to call them DSTLRY. That's how I'm gonna pronounce that. You let me know how you pronounce it. They have a new book coming out next Wednesday, The Devil's Cut. It is a 88-page premium format one shot releasing August 30th. That's next week. Looks like it's an oversized book and it has 11 short stories in it. DSTLRY, the new publisher, has an image style founder list with some of the Brian Azzarello, Elsa Chartier, Becky Clune, Jacques, Stephanie Phillips, Scott Snyder, James Tinian IV, Ram V. These are founding creators on here. And what are they saying? Creators own their work and a piece of DSTLRY, so I guess their stock options or owning the company. Limited edition comics and collectibles. So they're going to be doing premium, oversized, limited edition single issues, premium, limited edition merch, physical and digital. And then they're going to be doing this thing with digital where, like, I guess you can buy the book and then resell it, but then you're like giving it away, but it's like not an NFT or crypto, but there'll be some sort of, I guess, section where like you can trade comics and sell them back and forth. And supposedly, on each transaction, after you reselling transaction, the creators are supposed to get a cut of that as well. So they're the resellers market they're trying to tap into. This was put together by the originators of Comixology, Chip Mosier. I know he was director of content over at Comixology, so now he's bringing his indie line to this, and I guess there's 11 short stories, and 8 of them will become ongoing series from there. And it's good. It's a really good book. I enjoyed reading it. enjoyed is kind of a tough word because most of it's dark. It's a very dark themes. It's an anthology, so it's all over the place. But there's definitely some it reminded me of Love, Death, Robots on Netflix. You know, or kind of like Liquid Television, where it's more of this anthology, but there's still like some seedy darkness going on in it. And the stories, huge spectrum, like giant rainbow of colors of stories going on there, but still like a dark theme in there. Looking at the list of everybody that was in this, there's a good list on Games Radar that has a list of all the different shorts in it. Spectrograph by James Tinian and Christian Ward, Shepard. The first one that jumped out at me was Stephanie Phillips's What's Mine is Hers. It was really cool because it seemed like she was writing a story from like a certain perspective, and then the art was so different than the story that was going on, yet the art fits the story that she's putting on. Like, it was a nice juxtaposition of the story and what the art was going on there, and definitely dark. So dark. A Blessed Day. That looks like a very interesting story. I'm excited to see where it goes. Jacques had a story. I think this was my second favorite story, the Stallway, and I enjoyed this one. I think it's more of the way he lays out panels. Let me pull it up. I can't show you most of this stuff, but let me pull it up so I can kind of walk myself through it. Yeah, because it follows A Blessed Day, and then it goes into the Stallway. So Blessed Day kind of ends kind of bright colored, and then you hit the Stallway that Jacques puts together, and it's like you're just dark and in it. And it feels like something that has like a nice Blade Runner-esque feel to it. And then the way he does panels, the movement works really well. He's very cinematic in his work and likes to use angles and makes you feel like you're moving with the comic book as well. Because this is a very fast-paced book, and the action works really well. And he uses a splash page, like a double page spread well, and then layers panels over top of it, so you get scope in this universe as well. Because you're just running into these universes. It's 11 short stories, and like there isn't a lot of time to like introduce you to everybody and give everything go. So like you hit the ground running on most of these stories, and this is kind of one he just hits the ground running, and you just get this like little maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes in the life of this girl. She's just drawn really badass too. And he gives he has a couple close ups of her. Yeah, I have no clue who she is. I just know she's a daughter. And she gives the eyeballs to the reader, and you're like, oh man, this girl, I want to see more of this. And it has a nice. He does that on one page, and on the other side, he has a her in all red, and her eyes are going a different direction, and it's very cool how he designed those 2 pages. And then like it's just pure action, and then it's over because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just pure action, 8 pages, and it was really good. And I love because when you're in this like Blade Runner universe, you can kind of go almost black and white, and then use colors, and in this case, red to kind of highlight certain things. And so there was a nice like black, white, and red feel, almost like a rusty color as well involved in this. And it works. It works. It was my second favorite story on here. My first favorite story. This one just like catches me off guard after reading Shepherd. I read Shepherd. I'm like, okay, we're going into this full sci-fi mode. It's going to be awesome. And then I get Elsa's artwork. Your small guide for handling big trouble. It's so good. Elsa Chartier is the writer with P.K. Collinet, and Elsa is the artist, and then Nick Filardi is on colors, and Clayton Cowles is the letters. And it's a nice moment in time for a spy. And she packs so many panels into this book. It's crazy. Because the first page is a big open spread scene setter, and then page 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 panels. And it's just pure action. And that's actually the whole book, the whole story is action. And the way it's colored, and there's a Darwin Cook influence to this. So I think that could be the cool thing as well, is that my brain was having just a fun time. And it's colored so differently, and her artwork is so different than the rest of the book. So I think that's why it stood out the most. And plus it's fun. It's a fun action sequence. I want to see more of this character. Like it's really good. It's really good. And then there's just like a breathtaking ending to it where I was like, oh, okay. So The Devil's Cut comes out this Wednesday. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's a must buy. It's definitely a must buy. I think they said they sold like 50,000 copies already, physical copies. So it should be out in your local comic book shop. It'll be interesting to see how this company moves forward and everything. I mean, it's a cool concept, high quality comic books. And I wonder what the digital market's going to be like for those. And I'll have to talk to some of my like trader groups and see if anybody's going to buy a digital copy and try to flip it for a profit. Because I guess they're only going to sell a certain amount of digital copies. And then after that, you can only buy it on the secondary market, which they are creating a secondary market. So I don't know. That's a little wonky on my side. It puts a small little red flag up for me. But oversized anthology book that I can buy at the store, I will gladly take one of those any day of the week. And there's a lot of really phenomenal writers and artists on this book, so definitely check it out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below next Wednesday.